Hello students, welcome to your biology class. So today we are going to start our third chapter, that is cell, the basic unit of life. So you might have seen the construction of a building. So here your each compartment, or each room is made up of your bricks, and your brick is made up of your some small units. That small unit is called your cell. Another example, suppose this is a wall. Your wall is made up of bricks, cement, sand and all that. So suppose this is one corner of your the wall. So this structure is your cell. This small dot structure is called your cell. This much big knot, this small structure is called your cell. And cell is invisible to our naked eye. It is visible only through the microscope. So like the same way in our human body also, in our living body also, your cell is found, that is your human cell, animal cell and plant cell. These three types of cell found in the living body. One is your human cell, animal cell and plant cell. So do you understand what is cell? So cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Remember, your cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of life, or you can say unit of all living organisms. Then the cell is also a basic unit of biological hierarchy, which includes cell, tissue, organ system, organism. This means what? Your many cells, your many cells make a tissue, many tissue make a organ, and your some organs make the organ system, and some organ system collectively they make a organism. So this much small structure is the structure of your cell. Then just imagine how many cells will be in our body. And every day thousands of cells are destructing and creating also. So many cells in a day, so many thousands of cells are constructing and they are destructing also. So remember, your many cell make tissue, many tissue make your tissue system. Another one here it is, that is tissue system. Then many tissue system make the organ, then your organ makes the organ system, and organ system makes the organism. Then we will read about the discovery of the cell. So as I told you, cells are very small and they are invisible to naked human eyes. So we can see the cell only through the microscope. So your Antony van Leeuwenhoek developed the first simple microscope, which was made up of single lens. That is, the picture is in your book. Open your book, page 34. The picture A is called your figure 3.1. Can you see there? The first picture A is your Leeuwenhoek's simple microscope, and B is your Antony van Leeuwenhoek. He was the first to observe tiny single-celled living units in a drop of water. But he did not name them as cell. Then here Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke in 1665 first discovered a thin section of called under the compound microscope and found that the bottle curd is made up of many small empty boxes surrounding by definite walls. and he named it as cell. What is that? So this Robert Hooke, what did he do? He discovered a thin section of and placed under the compound microscope and found that a bottle is made up of very small empty box surrounded by definite walls, and he named it to what? To this honeycomb structure of cork. Okay, it he named as cell. Okay, to the honeycomb structure of cork he named as cell. Who? Your Robert Hooke. Okay, then so we can say Robert Hooke discovered the cell. Then Purican in 1839 first proposed the term protoplasm for the jelly-like living substance of the cell. So inside the cell so many things are there. We will read later on while reading about the structure of the cell. Okay. Then Robert Brown. Robert Brown in 1831 observed a spherical body called nucleus in the cell. Okay, you can see the picture here. This is your cell structure, this is your nucleus, and show me where is your protoplasm. This is your protoplasm. Here you can say. Okay, then Colliker in 1862 proposed the word cytoplasm to the living material inside the cell. Okay, so this total blue color one is your cytoplasm. Okay, total this blue one is called your cytoplasm. Okay, so we have completed the discovery of the cell, and students now see in your book page 34. All of you open. So this is the page where about the historical study of the cells is given. So look at that. Antony van Leeuwenhoek was first to recognize the living units of organisms. Okay. Then Robert Hooke discovered and named the living unit as cells. Then Robert Brown, a Scottish naturalist, noticed that each cell has a dark spot inside it. He named it nucleus. So I told you about that. Okay. Then in 1838, Matthias Jakob Schleiden, a German botanist, proposed that all plants are composed of cells. That means he said not only in the your human body, but the cell is also present in the plants also. A year later, Theodor Schwann came to the same conclusion about the animal cell. Then, so like how your this Jakob said about that plants also have the cell, like the same your Theodor said the same thing that animals also have the cell. Then 1858 Rudolf Virchow revealed that all cells grow from other cells by the division of cells. So what is division of cell? We will read at the time of your cell division. Then all these conclusions led to the formation of the cell theory, which states that all organisms are composed of cells. The cell is the structural and functional unit of all living beings. All cells are produced from pre-existing cells. So these three things you have to remember, that all organisms are composed of cells. The cell is the structural and functional unit of all living beings. All cells are produced from pre-existing cells. So these are the three facts about the cell. Okay. In the next video, we will read about the microscopy in biology and cell diversity. Okay, so this was for today's class. Thank you.